tell me the stories of Jesus. I love to hear things I would ask him to tell me if he were here. Welcome to Guitarlele Grampa. I'm Jim Henkel, welcoming you to a channel that celebrates Jesus in song, scripture, and occasional commentary. Let's see what today's video has in store. Today I'm going to focus on celebrating Jesus in scripture as I read selections from Jesus the Life, as it appears in the Whosoever New Testament edition. This book is a medley of the gospel accounts of the life of Jesus, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, all woven together into a single narrative. I'm going to be reading from chapters titled Soul's Solitary Sacrifice and Waiting the Coming Day, which give the gospel account of Jesus' passion, his arrest, trial, death, burial, and his resurrection. Listen in as I share this wonderful word about Jesus. Jesus went out with his disciples across the brook Kidron, where there was a garden, into which he entered himself and his disciples. Now Judas, who betrayed him, also knew the place, for Jesus oftentimes met there with his disciples. Then Judas, having received a band of soldiers and officers from the chief priests and the Pharisees, came there with lanterns and torches and weapons. When Jesus came with them to a place called Gethsemane, he said to his disciples, "Pray that you do not enter into temptation. Sit here while I go over there and pray." And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, James and John, and began to be sorrowful, greatly distressed, and terribly troubled. Then he said to them, "My soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even to death. Stay here and watch with me." And he withdrew from them about a stone's throw, and fell to the ground on his face, and prayed that, if it were possible, the hour might pass away from him. And he said, "Abba, my Father, all things are possible for you. Remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will." Then he came to the disciples and found them sleeping, and said to Peter, "Simon, are you sleeping? Could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, that you enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." Again, a second time he went away, and he knelt down and prayed, saying, "My Father, if this cannot pass away except I drink it, your will be done." And there appeared to him an angel from heaven, strengthening him. And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat became like great drops of blood falling down upon the ground. When he rose up from his prayer, he came to his disciples and found them sleeping for sorrow, for their eyes were heavy. And he said to them, "Why do you sleep? Rise and pray that you enter not into temptation." And they knew not what to answer him. And he left them again, and went away, and prayed a third time, saying again the same words. Then he came to the disciples and said to them, "Sleep on now, and take your rest. It is enough. Look, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Arise, let us be going. Behold, he that betrays me is at hand." While he still spoke, behold, a great multitude with swords and clubs from the chief priests and elders of the people, and he that was called Judas, one of the 12, went before them. Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, "Whomsoever I will kiss, that is he. "Take him." And immediately he came to Jesus and said, "Hail, Rabbi," and kissed him. And Jesus said to him, "Judas, did you betray the Son of Man with a kiss? My friend, do that for which you have come." Therefore, Jesus, knowing all things that were coming upon him, stepped up and said to them, "Whom do you seek?" They answered him, "Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus said to them, "I am he." And Judas, who betrayed him, also was standing with them. And when he said to them, "I am he," they fell back and dropped to the ground. And again he asked them, "Whom do you seek?" And they said, "Jesus of Nazareth." He answered, "I told you that I am he. And if you seek me, let these others go their way." So that the word might be fulfilled which he spoke, "Of those whom you have given me, I lost not one." Now, when they that were about him saw what would follow, they said, "Lord, shall we strike with the sword?" And behold, Simon Peter stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck the servant of the high priest and cut off his right ear. Now the servant's name was Malchus. And therefore Jesus said to Peter, "Stop, no more of this. Put your sword back into its place, for all they that take the sword will perish with the sword." And he touched the servant's ear and healed him. Then Jesus said to them that were with him, "Will I not drink the cup which the Father has given me? Do you think that I cannot implore my Father, and he will even now send me more than 12 legions of angels? How then would the scriptures be fulfilled, that this is as it must be?" In that hour, Jesus said to the chief priests and captains of the temple and elders and the crowd that were come against him, "Are you come out as against a robber with swords and clubs to seize me? I sat daily in the temple teaching, and you did not stretch out your hands to take me. Oh, but this is your hour, and the power of darkness. All this has come to pass that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled." Then all the disciples left him and fled. And a certain young man was following him with a linen cloth wrapped about his naked body. And they laid hold of him, but he left the linen cloth and fled away naked.